What's up, everybody? Tindo here, Hannah Warrior Princess there, and you know how you know today's going to be a good day on the channel? Because we're starting at the Goodwill bins. Stick around, see what we find. Bad Tindo, Google me! So I just walked into this place and they're already closing this room, so I gotta get out. But I just ran to one bin, I found a couple inbox Beanie Babies. I see a Pokeball something or other. Pokeball walkie-talkie, I guess. I don't think I need that. But we gotta get out of here for now. And we'll come back in just a minute. There's like definitely money in there. There's no way that's not changed. Yeah, I can see it. Quarters and stuff. Oh, we're getting in here though.
Yay!
I'm getting this 75 cents.
Is that all it is?
I don't have any idea. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but all I could see was a nickel and a penny. I forgot I had my multi-tool. We're getting in this thing. One way or another. We're about to do some serious work. I'm quite curious to see how much our labors are going to be worth.
About $2.75.
Hey, that'd be dope. All right. Huh? That's money and puzzle pieces. There's a iPhone SIM card key.
What?
Yeah. All right, there's still a bunch in there, but this is what we got out so far. Lots of puzzle pieces and like actually some money. How about that? So we have wrestled all of the money from the elephant. Stick around to the end to find out how much it was. All right, first full round ourselves. I got this bin right here full of good stuff. Hannah's got that bin right there. I've got some Nerf tennis ball launcher. That's the smallest one of those I've ever seen. I've been digging pretty hard. Found an Xbox 360 that I'm not gonna buy. They show up here a ton. So any time I wanted to come here and get one, I could. But they almost never work when I bring them home from here because things here get tossed around pretty seriously. If it were slim, I'd probably try, but this is something I'm almost definitely gonna buy. It kind of is a bummer because it's a Telecaster body, not a real one, an aftermarket. It looks like someone pretty much made it themselves or bought it and then cut bigger pickup holes into it. But it's kind of a bummer because the sides and the back of it are perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. And then the front of it is just pretty well roughed up. I could probably clean it up and then put a faceplate on it and cover up most of the bad blemishes, but I don't know, I'm gonna buy that because it's light. And pretty much all I would need is a neck. If I could find a neck to put on it, I could actually, I've got enough laying around to finish this bad boy out. Make my own self a little guitar. And Telecasters are my favorite body style, so there's that. And this lamp is pretty nice. Could be customized into something though. I think it's broken. Yeah, it's bent. So I'm actually just going to recycle the unit on it. The best way to do this, I'll never go to Walmart and buy a, a light socket. I'll just recycle it from here. No problems. These things are very reusable. Just take some screw loosening and tightening, some rewiring. This is the best part about the bins. Piecing stuff out. Piecing broken stuff out, you know, because this lamp is like 45 degrees crooked. Nobody's gonna buy it. But it will not entirely go to waste. I haven't found anything else great. Probably my best find so far, but we got an Eeyore, some software, and some phone, some mobile gaming controls. Not gonna use, but probably put them in my booth or something, or throw them back. That's more likely. This bin has a PlayStation 2 in it. It's quite dirty. GameStop refurbished, void if removed. It's pretty dirty. I don't know if it's worth it, but let's hold on to it for a little while. Any PlayStation 2 cables? That'd be nice. I did not find these, someone else did, but Oculus sensors? Are they just like the sensors for, that's awesome.
For the Rift the first consumer version.
How expensive are those?
I think they charge like 75 bucks on it.
That's nice, very nice.
Check this vintage t-shirt I found.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't that beautiful?
Even though it's faded and old.
It's from 1999.
We might have to cut that out and sew that onto my jacket.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Come winter. Check it out, things are looking up. There's a Pikachu. It's a little chonker chew is what that is. He's as round as he is tall. And then a Game Boy Color charger. Let's go. I found the Mega Load. Minion headphones, original Xbox, Luigi fight pad, Star Wars, Clone Wars, RIP. But seriously though, that's just sitting there like that. How's nobody taking that? We've all agreed this is near impossible to do. How did that happen? I've never seen that. Come here and look at it.
Whoa. Got impaled.
How did that happen? It happened in the bins. Someone dropped, the forklift gave this thing a jostle, and that's how that happened. So we were about to leave before this round, and we were like, we kind of talked ourselves into staying for one more, and I'm glad we did, because I finally got what I wanted, which is a bin full of toys, or what looks to be mostly full of toys, all to myself. It looks like there's some good stuff in here. I'll show you. I see Kylo Ren over there, which I'll take, especially, I don't buy that stuff at the regular thrift stores, but I buy them at the Goodwill bins because they're real cheap. And I don't know, there's a Lego bin. If it's got its lid, I'll buy it. So I think this will be good. All right, so that Kylo Ren's a bit ripped. I mean, we could probably get that off there, but it doesn't seem worth the trouble. So I'm gonna dig through this. Wish there was a lid on that, but there is not. Ninja Turtle shell. Fisher Price barn. Treasure chest. Ooh, I remember these. The little penguin thingies climb the stairs, but it's in pieces. There's a little Coca-Cola seal. So check this out. I got a computer here, and someone actually beat me to the punch and got the processor out. It's kind of a bummer because it looked like it could have been an okay one. I can't tell right now, but there is a video card in here. He didn't take that because I think he didn't have a screwdriver, but I brought mine. So we're gonna grab it. Hopefully it's something all right. There's also several hard drives in here, and we'll probably grab those and see what capacity they are. I'm just hoping this is a good enough video card to upgrade something I've got at home. Probably not. It's probably a bit older. Let's see here. GTX 660, not bad. I actually just sold one of these not too long ago for, I don't know, 50, 60, 75 bucks, can't remember. We'll have to look it up. We've acquired a few more things. Thinking about buying that suitcase because it looks brand new with the first order trooper on it, but that's awesome. Somebody handed me these. It's a big mix-up of a bunch of nonsense and some Super Nintendo controllers, so we'll get those untangled. And then someone also handed me some dribble bits, which is good because I'm running low on some of these grinders. We're done at the bins for the day. Hopefully that footage looked and sounded good. It's kind of a little bit more difficult than it used to be to shoot in there, so I don't really get as much as I normally would, but you know, things are a lot different in there than they used to be. If you don't know how, just go back and watch our older bins videos. There's a lot of them. You can see how things have changed quite a bit. But what didn't change is our ability to leave with a cart full of stuff. So we'll talk about all that stuff when we get home. Let's go do some regular Goodwill thrifting real quick before we quit. You know what I really want? I want a camera that records 24/7 if you want to. It just records, and you have a little button that you press to bookmark. You know what I mean? Interesting. So it has all the footage, the before and after you're rolling, and you just click it whenever you want, and it saves a marker so that you can scrub that marker when you're editing. Because all of the stuff that you guys watch is just when we decide to turn on the camera and to go. But I tell you what, there's something every single day that I wish you guys could see that I'm just not able to roll on because I don't have the camera ready to go. The battery life in this camera is not great, so I have to turn it on and off all the time and then hit record. There's certain reasons why. I mean, GoPros, you're supposed to just be able to hit record and it turns itself on and goes, but because of the extra gear attached to my GoPro, it doesn't actually work that way. Complicated story, but I want to invent a camera that has the battery life and the space to record all day. It doesn't even have to record all day. You know what it has to do? It has to be recording internally, and then you have settings that you can change where you hit the button and then it just saves the last 10 minutes or the last whatever you set. Maybe if you hit the button it saves the last 5 minutes and then keeps recording until you turn the off, and then every hour it'll delete the last hours that you didn't bookmark.
Cool.
I need that. Like, I need that in my life because the way that we film and we daily vlog and we show so much of our lives, something happens all the time and I want to show it. Like what just happened, we were just at a gas station getting something to drink. And this guy follows me into the gas station and says, "Hey man," and for a second I thought he was gonna be like, "Hey Tendo." That's normally what happens when people say something to us in public. But he was like, "That sticker on the back of your van, I'll show you just in case you haven't seen it." A lot of you have spotted it before. I've talked about it on the channel before, but it's been a little while. But I'll show you real quick. Here it is. It is a cheat code. It is a cheat code from Grand Theft Auto. And that guy knew exactly what it was. He said, "Hey man, is that a remove wanted level cheat from Grand Theft Auto?" I was like, "Dude, you're the only person in public to ever know what it was." And that would have just been an awesome little bit of footage to put in this vlog. But of course, my camera was locked in the car. I wasn't rolling. So I guess even if I had that feature I was just talking about, I wouldn't have been able to do it because I did leave the camera locked in the car. But still, I'd be much more apt to just have this in my hand all the time. Just walking around like this. Something funny happens, I'd be like, boop. But battery power is gonna have to improve a lot before we can do that because this camera wouldn't last an hour. There's not a ton going on here toys wise, but Fortnite Nerf gun. It's $5. I don't know, it's a little bit much. I'm gonna carry it around and think about it. I sell all the Fortnite Nerf guns. Every time I get them, put them in my toy booth, they're gone. Oh no, a bag full of Hero Clicks, which excites me. I like looking through them. Never really had much luck selling them. Definitely not gonna buy them for 30, but there's a bunch of them in that bag.
All right, let's see. Oh, sweet. These are always great for a good flip. And this one is not the plug-in one, so this is a good one. Definitely excited to get this. I found one yesterday that was a 6-cup. This one is a 9-cup, so I've sold the 9-cup several times, but I've never sold the 6-cup, so we'll see how that one goes.
I can only find one video game. Well, no, there's two. Madden and Ghost Recon. I'll have to make sure there's none in the lockbox up front or something, but they're not. They're just mixed in and there's just nothing good.
I really want to try flipping one of these copper pots. They look very French kitchen to me, but they're always expensive. Like Goodwill knows that they're valuable or thinks that they're valuable. I haven't had a ton of success looking them up because there's so many different types, and some are really expensive, some are not at all, and so it just depends on what you have, and a lot of times they're not branded at the bottom at all, so like, difficult, but I like it, and I want to try it one time, but not today.
Oh, spoke too soon. AMF Bowling. World Lanes. It's got to be a good game, right? It don't matter if it's good or not, I don't have it, so we'll get that for a couple bucks.
Aww. Why do I like everything cat? This one's a little scary and I still like him. There's something wrong with me. There's a bunch of really cute planters and pots here. This one's really pretty, but that's a little expensive. That one back there would match it really nicely, also expensive, so not gonna get those. But this one kind of caught my eye. It's definitely handmade. But like, what are you supposed to put in that? Just one single rose, I guess, that's it. I'm sure someone could be creative enough to put something in it very nicely, but not I. This one is for good treats only. No bad treats, only good treats. Okay, I've noticed a trend happening in the world with baskets. Everybody has an obsession with putting everything in baskets, putting baskets on their walls, putting baskets on their counters, everything baskets. So I found a basket that's kind of nice. And it's not that expensive, actually. I actually have some Afghans and some crochet throws and everything that I want to put in my booth. And this would be a really good way to put them out so they don't have to sit on the floor. So I'm going to do that, but also put a price tag on it and see if, there's any takers and if I need to start buying baskets. baskets.
Rolling up to a Goodwill now that we don't really often have a lot of luck at. Usually have some okay luck with furniture, but can't really think of anything else I've even bought here lately, but we'll see how it goes. The restocking cart's out, so maybe there's some new games. Please be in there. No way. No manual, but the disc is in there, and I'm a little bit in disbelief.
Lol. Baskets. This is really cute. Just wish there were 2 of them. Bummer. Oh my gosh. It looks incomplete, but there's quite a bit for like 2 sets in there. There's no price on it though. Shoot. Whoops. Dropped a knife and I broke it. Not bad. That's really cute. I wish it wasn't $5, but I like it. Baskets.
So that last stop came in clutch because I really thought I was going to go home without any great games, and Time Crisis 3 is good because I don't have enough of the Time Crisis games, but this is only like a, I don't know, $10, $15 game. It's nothing super crazy, but there is a bigger box version, and I'm pretty sure this one is the one that goes in the bigger box version, and it comes with a gun. I'm pretty sure I have the gun. I don't have the box it all goes in, but if I ever find that empty box, I'll have it complete, so that's pretty exciting. I like piecing things together that way, but let's quit thrifting for now. Let's find something else to do.
Baskets.
All right, guys, we're home, and that was an interesting day. We started out at the BINS, and that is definitely something you'll be seeing a lot more of. It would be very easy for us to start most of these videos with going to the BINS. I know a lot of you wouldn't have a problem with that. A lot of you guys seem to like watching that kind of thing, and I understand why, because it's always so random, you never know how it's going to go. But this big basket of clothes that Hannah will get to here in a minute, that's how we pay our bills. So that's why we go to the BINS. And we've both become really accustomed to looking for this stuff. You know, we both can walk in there at the same time, just start grabbing clothes. You know, as soon as we walked in there, I'd grab a pair of Calvin Klein's, Hannah grabbed a jacket, you know, like... It's just really it's a second home for us. But I could sit here and talk about the BINS all day. Let's jump into all this stuff. I guess we'll just go back and forth and knock some of this out. I basically left the store today with was it the last stop or second last stop? I don't remember. But it's the only Nerf stuff I got today. That's a lie. Tennis ball shooter. I should have found a tennis ball before we did this. I think I just broke it.
Oh no!
Oh no, you gotta put the ball in. Okay,
oh.
But yeah, there you go. I've never seen one this small. The tennis ball launchers that Nerf makes are usually like boom. So that being a little one, I got it. We'll have to test this out.
Not on me.
You do exactly what I was saying.
No.
All right, what'd you get?
I'm just gonna jump into this because I'm so excited about them. These are some vintage boots. They are by Laredo, I think. Laredo and Justin are 2 brands that have boots that look a lot like this. So these are just, oh, they're so pretty. I'm really happy.
Are they your
about them.
size?
They are not, I believe.
Why are you so big mad right now? He's standing behind us while we're shooting meowing, and now he's like, let me down. You went on the table?
They are 5.5, so
okay.
That's a big no.
He's gone. He didn't want to stay. Stop meowing, though, or I'm going to have to put you up. We don't really sell Beanie Baby stuff. You go to any antique store like the one we sell toys and dishes in, you'll always see a lot of Beanie Babies. It's really unclear a lot of the time as to whether or not they're selling. I mean, I do see people leaving with them, but it's often because they're just... You gonna get the cat?
I'm gonna put him away.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him... Can you hear him meowing? He's in Meow's box.
He really wants to go outside.
It's playtime, and we're recording. We're talking to the camera, and he's like, "Wow, why don't you let me outside?" So we haven't really messed with them. There was one time at the BINS where there were just, and I'm not exaggerating, thousands of Beanie Babies. And of course, the BINS you paid by weight, so each one of those little Beanie Babies was probably $0.25. And we really thought at that point, man, maybe we should just load up on them, buy hundreds of them, and then put them for a couple of dollars a piece, something really cheap in some of our shops, so that people will just leave with them. Little kids will get their stuffed animal for cheap. It's not something we ended up doing, and since that, this is the only Beanie Baby stuff I've ever bought. I don't think these are worth anything, but being as they're so light,
yeah,
I paid nothing for them. Somebody will give a couple bucks at our junk shops for them for sure. What else did you get? All clothes?
Yeah,
well, why don't you just run through that real quick?
There's a lot of nonsense in here. Not a lot of it needs explaining. This one does, though. When I first started reselling clothes, I would buy just branded track pants a ton and sell them for 25 bucks. And usually they just flew out the door. So
Yeah, that's stuff we put on my page.
Yeah.
We'll throw it up on my page and it'll sell real quick.
it's like nothing.
If you're interested in seeing our clothes reselling pages, just for like information, I don't expect you to go buy anything. We sell very specific stuff, so not everybody's going to be into it. But you can go look at it and see. It's really cool to kind of keep up with what we're selling and when. You'll very much so see us buy something on one episode. The next day we'll post it on those selling apps, and the next day it will have sold. So go check that out.
Got a fanny pack. Those sell well too. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't see this. Definitely talk about that last.
These are pretty cool too. These are from the 1970s and they are bell bottoms.
Yes, they are. That's the first thing I noticed.
This is like Y2K era and the 70s put together. So
Yeah,
this, I'm hoping, does really well.
Yeah, it may not sell the day you put it up, but somebody will buy that pretty quick.
Yeah, they're going to be excited about it. Gitano jeans, they do pretty well. They're just popular. Calvin Klein's have been doing extremely well on your page. Like, I can't keep them in stock.
We often kind of tell you guys how, like, we try to sell something new and it goes well. It just as often doesn't. We probably don't end up telling you as much when it doesn't go well. But Calvin Klein's such a base. I'm trying to think of another thing to compare it to. Because, like, I know most of you are going to know what Calvin Klein's are. But there's plenty of things that you'd probably walk past at a thrift store and go, it's probably not going to sell. But I think the beauty of the thrift store is that almost everything in the thrift store will sell somewhere.
Yeah.
So we found out where to sell Calvin Klein's, which is a dime a dozen. At any Goodwill bins we've ever been to, there's 100 pairs.
Yeah.
And every time we post them now, they sell. So.
And these are vintage. So I can always tell that they're vintage by the way that the tags are. So
Yeah.
they got the little paper, like, no, that's not paper, cloth tags right here. It's just the placement of it. So got another pair of them. That was the second pair. This pair,
Ooh.
and this pair are all for cut and sews.
Hold on a second.
These are beautiful.
These are huge.
But they have a huge hole in the butt.
I don't care. It ain't in a place that's
Try 'em
dangerous.
on.
No,
Try
they're
'em
not.
on.
They're not big enough. They're not even close to big enough. They look like it.
Yeah.
I'm too big though. No.
I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the big hole in the back, but I couldn't leave them there because that acid wash is so pretty.
Just I don't know. You can figure that out though.
I'll probably just have to put a patch.
Is that all the clothes besides the jacket?
Yep.
All right, we'll talk about that. What's this worth? Because that looks a little bit special. I mean, it doesn't. We've sold the jacket once for $2,000. Full disclaimer, because it was extra special. This does not look that special, but it's a really good size.
Yes.
It looks 70s.
Probably. This is a vintage Wrangler jacket, keeping you in suspense. Like, the tag on that is super specific.
Yes, very specific.
I really don't know.
We don't know how old it is. I mean, it's probably going to be like a $50 jacket. It's not like crazy. But you never know. We got to look it up. We got to do a little bit more research.
Yeah.
That's what Harold will be doing as soon as this video's over. All right, what else did you get? Is this for me?
I got some baloney t-shirts.
This is the second Five Nights at Freddy's shirt that we've come home with.
And I got this one because if you didn't want to put it in the booth, I was going to wear it.
Don't you already have one?
I ruined it.
You are a terrible human being.
I know, and I'm really sad about it because it said good vibes and it was awesome. That one is vintage. And
I think this is my find of the well, your find of the day for me.
that is beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. I wish that fit me. I'd wear it all day. No scared. I didn't expect you to buy this. I found this in the back room. All those giant bins you saw me digging through. It did have a lid, but the lids for those aren't that hard to find.
Yeah, they're pretty common.
Matter of fact, we bought, it probably didn't have this size, but we bought a bag full of lids once that had that kind of lid. Because
Yeah.
the clear lid goes on that one, right?
Yeah, it's pretty basic, and I figured that doesn't weigh much. We'll get it and hoard it.
All right, let me run through this nonsense I've got. I just pulled this out of my pocket. My good buddy who, an episode a week ago, I brought home some boxes for Game Boy games. You might recall that. And then months ago, I brought home a Wii U, and I always explain to the camera, oh, my buddy gave me this. Well, he was there shopping. He didn't bring this for me, but he found this on the floor. It's a Switch controller, trigger button. Yeah.
I have cat hair all over my face. Hold up.
That's what you get for French kissing pants. This right here is a mat for my vinyl cutter, the specific one I use, and it's a little bit dirty, but it is not anywhere near too bad to use. So these are actually sometimes pretty expensive. If they're not on sale, you can go spend like $20 on one of them. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, I have plenty of them, but it's always nice to have lots of extras. kind of a random purchase here, this Batman mask, but you guys know I make a lot of stuff on this channel, and I used to be really into making my own superhero masks and stuff like that. I'll throw up a little bit of an Instagram post from way back when, well before we had this channel, and show you the kind of thing I did, but I can very easy with certain tools and stuff I have turn this into like a whole helmet. For me, I'm not very good at sculpting and stuff, so when creating this kind of thing, faces and that kind of proportionality that has is not something I'm good at. I'll just be completely honest with you. It's not a skill I ever developed well at all. So taking the face of this and rounding out the rest of this helmet is something I would have a lot of fun doing. And I've been itching to do it for a little while because there's so many artistic, creative things I've done in my life that I didn't do when I had a YouTube channel. Now that I have a YouTube channel, I'd like to do it on the YouTube channel. So I bought that today to put away. I've got a whole bag over here in my storage area of projects that I want to get to. It's just full of junk, and it looks like nonsense. It looks like a bag of trash to anybody else but me. But it has stuff like this that when it's time to make some videos, we'll get around to. Now I'm going to try to fly through the rest of this. There's so much. Oh, you got one more thing.
I got a few more things.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. Just this ends up being all yours. Go ahead and talk about that bag of nonsense. Hold it up.
Full of just knives, packaging.
Hold on, I want to show you my favorite one. This is in that bag that she bought.
We got a pepper.
Hold on. What is it? It's a little fish Grey Poupon spreader. Is there? Ew!
There's actual pepper in it.
Ooh!
I didn't buy it for that.
That's gross.
You know,
I don't know why it's gross.
crazy.
It's probably perfectly fine, but it grosses me out.
There's a little dish scrubber in here. This is a broken fish.
It's a broken fish knife. But that's why you bought it, right?
This right here is what I wanted. Yay!
That's hilarious. Tupperware measuring cups.
Yes. So I don't think I've got a full set here.
Well, she's been buying parts and putting together whole sets. So
yeah.
We're going to have to get a drawer or a box somewhere just to put those in and like dig whole sets out of. But these little fish butter spreaders for Grey Poupon are my favorite.
They're funny.
Stainless steel.
I've got 2 1 cups, a half cup, a fourth cup, another one, or no, a third, 3/4 cup, and a 1/3 cup.
All right, well, tell them why you bought this
basket.
I got a
basket
because I've got a few Afghans in our van to put in the booth, so I figured.
If you know what that is, it's a blanket.
Yeah.
It's like a crocheted blanket.
I figured I'll put them in the
basket
in the booth and make it look pretty, and maybe someone want to buy
basket
too, and I'd be fine with that. So that's what that's for.
It's good. It's a good looking little woven
basket.
I bought a graphics card. Let's see. Don't know how long ago it was, but there's an episode called like Goodwill Gaming PC. Actually, there's 2 on the channel. One's from way back when I built this PC that's sitting just off screen. It was all parts that I bought at Goodwill, and I renamed a different episode the same thing because it was like a year later. But I found most of a good gaming PC at the Goodwill, and it had this graphics processor on it. And I think we listed it on eBay for $100. It took $75, something like that. I don't have need for this, although it's a little bit slower than a graphics card I have in a computer in the other room. It is slower, but not quite enough to really matter, and it's less power intensive. And that computer runs like a rocket ship because of how hot that graphics card gets. So I might just throw this in there instead of selling it, but I don't know yet. It's in great shape. I'm certain it works. Matter of fact, graphic cards aren't something that I bring home often and don't work. So
That's good.
I have not tested this PlayStation 2, but I'm going to get around to it. We have been selling consoles like crazy. We really don't want it to slow down. It's a little bit difficult though because it gets really annoying bringing PlayStation 2s or like that Xbox 360 you saw that I had in my hands. That stuff is all by weight. So I don't know how much this weighs off the top of my head. 5-6 pounds.
Yeah, probably.
So, you know, it's $7-8 a piece. It's always a gamble, but there's always such a plentiful amount of them that I can always every day come home with a PlayStation 2 and a 360 minimum. I'm not kidding you. That's not an exaggeration. I know it sounds like it is, but just keep watching these videos. When we go to the bins, you'll see it. There was an Xbox original there too with a hole in it.
Pale!
And that's like, there's 5 of those a day. But they're heavy and they won't give me a discount. If they would ever make a discount for that kind of thing, I'd love to buy 5 of them for $5 or 5 of them for $10. But, you know, an Xbox One, again, it's like $12 because of how heavy they are.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and took a chance on this PlayStation 2. Honestly, I brought home a lot of them. from the bins and never had much luck. So this is a pretty bad gamble. And I'll tell you why that is. You might not know this, and it may not even be the same at your bins, but I can promise you this is how it is at our bins. Well, and it's changed a little bit, so maybe it's not so bad, but used to, everything electronic was in tables, big blue tables. So the things that you see Hannah digging through clothes in our recent videos, that's what the electronics used to be. They're like
boats.
7 feet by 4 feet tables, and they're only about 2 feet deep, maybe even 1.5 feet. And it's important to know because all of the product comes shipped to them from the local Goodwills in those bigger boxes that I'm digging through that are called Gaylords. And so anything shipped from a regular Goodwill to the bins is picked up with a forklift, and literally you can see them doing it through the door, dumped into those tables. So you will often watch PlayStation 2s do cartwheels across the floor. Now this is not something you're not supposed to know, but it's done in the back room and you can see it happening way far away with the forklift. It's not something I've ever just stood there and watched. You know, the forklift's nowhere near me, but you can see it happening all the time. So TVs, everything. There's so much broken at the Goodwill bins because that's how that stuff's processed. They don't really consider it cost effective to hand do it, you know. So this PlayStation has almost definitely taken a tumble. So the gaming stuff at the bins is never reliable. I see PlayStation 3s there a lot, and people are like, I can't believe you didn't buy that. I'll buy the Slims and Super Slims because they can take a fall, but those big old boat PS3 Slims, there's no need to ever buy one at a Goodwill bin. As a matter of fact, almost all of them I've ever seen there, the big fat ones, even if you plug them up, they don't even turn on, you know, because they just can't take a fall. So again, I don't have any hope in this. I'm sure if we get it working tonight, I'll throw it in tomorrow's video. But I'm telling you, the disk drive or something's not going to work. But I had to take a chance because I'd like to put a couple consoles in our toy booths. We haven't really been selling consoles in there. What were we going to say?
Nothing. I'm so curious because it does have a Goodwill sticker on it. How did it not get sold at the Goodwill? It's just I do a mystery thing. I just go through and try to.
Let's see what the date on it is. Yeah, it's got 6/30/2020, so it was like last couple weeks stuff. There's no telling. There's no telling how it happened.
It actually wasn't long enough for them to pull it off the floor yet. That is really confusing. There's
just no telling. Anytime you try to figure our Goodwills out, you'll fail. And that's funny because people all the time in the comments in our videos will be like, well, you know they this and this and this because they're comparing it to their Goodwills in their part of the town, their part of the world. Not same.
It's all weird.
Our Goodwills here, I mean, there's not really, I'm not going to say there's no place on earth, but I haven't found it yet where there's 100 Goodwills in, 35 miles.
True.
So it makes thrifting here a little bit different, but we'll see if it works. I don't know. Same buddy who handed me that Switch connector handed me an iPhone cable. He was just like,
call it a dongle? Is that what that would be?
What's that?
The little switch thingy.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The little switch
no, it's just it's the bumper buttons. It's just the switch bar. I'm sure it has some official name. I don't know. Eeyore for the toy booth. This is a funny thing. It's an actual Nerf clip. I had a guy one time on OfferUp. We all have our OfferUp stories, I know, but this one was so good. I had a very specific Nerf gun that was pretty valuable-ish. It's one of the more sought-after ones, or it was at the time. And it came with these clips originally, which I know, because I remember them being in box, and it's also one of my favorite Nerf guns. And the guy was like, will you take, he gave me a low ball offer, and I was like, no, not this gun. I'll take offers on some stuff, but this gun, it's almost holy grail. And to be complete as it was in as good a condition, he's like, well, you should take a discount because that's not the original clips. And I got in a really big argument with him. I was like, yes, it is. Like, he just thought all clips ever were orange. Not that one gun. And so it's nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's nice when you get that one gun to put those original clips with it. I don't find them quite as much. I didn't even mean to buy this.
Get to walk the plank.
Yeah, we need punishment for buying things that we don't mean to. Dremel bits for fixing. Dremel is my most used tool. I have a wireless one that I run around the house cutting holes and stuff. This is for Hannah. I don't know if I even showed you this for your Coca-Cola shelf.
Aww.
It's a seal.
It's got a little Coke bottle.
It's a seal with a Coke bottle. Another Eeyore. This one's like cutesy with a baby piglet. Or it's a rabbit. I kind of was like, Eeyore's not that happy, bro. But
yeah,
I guess.
No. It rattles.
Chunk or Chew.
Chunk or Chew.
One of my better finds of the day. Probably, maybe even the best. Can't believe that was just sitting at the Goodwill. I shouldn't have bought this, but I did mean to. Just a little cassette player. It's very cutesy. I found it without its battery back on it, then I found the battery back. This kind of thing seems to me like it'll sell at our other toy booth across town. I'm almost done here. Have you talked about this yet?
I haven't yet.
Talk
That's
about
what I
that
just
one.
remembered. I got Cordingware coffee pot. Percolator is the proper word for it.
Really?
Percolator.
I didn't know that.
That's why I kept singing today. Let's get it percolated.
Sorry to bust out the song there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've sold a bunch of those. That's pretty cool to find. And then all that I've got left, 2 Super Nintendo controllers, also handed to me by the same friend. I do really well when he's at the bins, as I get his sloppy seconds. Game Boy Color power cable and a replacement socket, light socket. That's all the stuff. I got a couple video games, empty case for Star Wars, which is cool because I think I do have an empty spare game. 2 video games today. AMF Bowling World Lanes. Probably won't play, but it's going to go right there on that Wii shelf, dead center in the back. Time Crisis 3, probably one of the best game finds of the week. We'll have to play this. I'll have to get the guns out. Is this... I played Time Crisis. I can't tell you which ones on which consoles when I was younger. Definitely played some arcade ones, so I'm definitely familiar enough with them. Tell me though, is this a good one? Do I have to play this? Do I have to get the guns out? Because I know exactly where my Time Crisis gun is. I'm assuming the one I have is compatible. I don't know if it'll be compatible with my Trinitron over there. I think it will be. I think we're fine there. But if not, I've got a couple other little CRTs. We'll get that game played. What's your favorite thing that we got today?
We haven't gotten to the best part though.
I forgot one. I bought this today.
Oh, sweet.
Best part, what did I forget? I told you to stick around and we'd tell you how much money we made. First of all, tell them how many puzzle pieces were in there.
15.
15 puzzle pieces inside of that elephant toy. An iPhone or SIM, I guess it's just a SIM card removal tool. We'll save the best part for last. Where are they? There's one. Where's the other one? Here you go. You hold that. I'll reveal this. $2.90 inside the elephant.
Woo!
We're going to put that in the... I was going to try to make up a fund. We don't drink beer, so it's not a beer fund.
Our thrifting fund?
Thrifting fund, $2.90 going in. Actually, the rubber duck fund.
Yep.
Because it's a rubber duck where we keep all our change. Because of
Change
course
duck.
it does. Show what we got there.
We got 6 pesos.
You ruined the delivery. We got 15 puzzle pieces, $2.90, and 6 pesos.
Woo!
And I really had to work really hard to get it. It was really bad.
Was it worth it?
It's another one of those things. You know how I said earlier in the video, oh, I wish you could see every time something happens here today. I wish there was a camera watching all the people watching us saw into this elephant to get the money out.
This woman in front of us is like, I had a niece that did that. You could tell that she was like, yeah. She put all of my change inside of a toy.
I just imagine some of you parents out there like picking up your kid's toy and going, you know, am I going to get rid of this? There's like $5 in here. I'm not messing with it. I brought a saw, so I messed with it. So what's your find of the day?
My find of the day. Oh my goodness.
I'm glad you remember that change because I'd already forgotten about it.
It's been rattling in my pocket all day. I'm going to go with the Wrangler jacket because this thing is either going to be a really great moneymaker or it's going to just be a really cool story. I like it.
I'm just making sure it works. This gun breaks pretty easy.
And you did step on it.
And I did step on it, and I actually didn't check it while we were at the store. But that's supposed to rise up. What'll happen is that won't rise up. So my favorite thing of the day, I'm going to go with the graphics card.
Woo!
Hold your jacket up. Which one do you like better, graphics card or coat? Actually, the coat's better.
Faux show.
They're both pretty useful though. That'll make us some money. This will make our workshop less hot because that computer runs so hot it cooks that room up.
It does.
You guys comment below before we get out of here. What's your favorite thing that we got today? Was it the Beanie Babies? Was it the percolator?
Let's get it. Percolating.
Was it the double Eeyore plushies?
Maybe.
Comment below, let us know what it was. Was it Time Crisis 3? Also, before we get out of here, guys, do me a couple favors. Pretty please. Hit the Discord button.
Hit the Discord button. Go to the Discord. Hit the subscribe button.
I'm all but reading off a script when we wrap up these videos, and I get a little bit better and better at it. And for some reason, sometimes I just throw it all down the drain. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that we can keep going up in subs. We've had a great couple of weeks, and you know there's a lot of new people watching. If you're enjoying it, guys, pretty please hit that subscribe button. Then go to the Discord by hitting the link below this video. Click the down button, description comes up, click on the Discord link. Come over there, join us, chat with us. It's been, no exaggeration, it's been a record week over on the Discord. I cannot keep up with welcoming all the new people. So, if you go over to the Discord this week and you don't immediately get a, hey, what's up for me? I apologize. It's literally just getting to the point where that's a little bit difficult to do. But that's no problem because there's plenty of other people over there to chat with. Go over there and share some pictures of your recent thrift finds and hang out for a little while. Also, before we get out of here, do me another favor. Check out our merch store, tindostrash.com. We just had, it's always so random when we sell stuff on our merch store, but I just sold a bunch of glasses, a bunch of Tindo shades. I don't have mine out here right now. Here's a pair.
There's always one around.
Of course, the only ones I have out here we don't actually sell on our site. These are harder to source, and most of you don't like Minecraft as much as I do, so you're probably not going to wear these specifically. But tindostrash.com, check it out. That's it. The last thing I can tell you guys is that we do post daily videos here on this channel. So if you in any way, shape, or form liked what you saw here, you don't even have to like the totality of the video. If you like some of it, just make sure you come back tomorrow and check us out then. And until then, peace out.
Baskets.